Hi, Kevin Long, Spanky. Talking about this skateboarder cover.
From back in the day.
Yeah, let's see. November 03.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like that's a half cab kickflip
Okay.
in Chinatown, Los Angeles. That was like a pretty hot spot at the time. 9 stairs or something. Got my SHS on on my grip right there. I don't remember where this footage ended up. It's a make, but I don't remember if there's even anything. But yeah, first ever cover, and shot by Scott Pommier,
Cool.
my pal.
Yeah.
We were shooting a lot at the time together, and he was teaching me how to drive, I remember, at that time. And I was pretty lousy. I was a slow learner. And yeah, some night mission, it looks like. I remember when this came out, I was actually I was super stoked on the photo and really stoked to have the cover, but I was quite surprised that they used it just based off of the, like, I guess the lack of gnarliness, but hey, who am I to complain?
It's a good photo, yeah.
It's like, I just didn't remember at the time, it's like this was like a handrail heavy, big guns people, I was never like the gnarliest, but that was probably the time when I was skating the closest to like gnarly spots, and then I was like, wow, they used that. I don't even know if that's gonna end up in a video or anything, but I was super hyped.
And when you were out on this photo mission, you were just out shooting photos. You weren't out on the express mission to get a cover, right?
I don't think so. I can't remember. I gotta say, my memory is pretty bad from this time, and most of my youth, but yeah, I think at the time I would have probably just been along on somebody else's session who was skating the stairs. There was probably a handful of people at the time. It was just like a hot spot.
So 2003, that's not City Stars, that's Baker, early Baker.
This would be 2003. Would be, yeah, maybe just getting on Baker. Maybe like in between. There was a time in between City Stars that I just like was kind of figuring it out. And but yeah, maybe that's like right when I got on Baker.
Okay, and so through Baker, or those early Baker years, would you continue to ride SHS on your grip?
I guess so. Yeah. I don't remember. I think it probably kept going for a bit.
Yeah. Awesome.
There was nothing structured to the approach, but if I had a pen or something, or scratch it in with the tool.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. And whose magazine was that?
Oh.
Where did that one go?
Yeah, this is Jason Adams, which is, how did that happen?
He donated a bunch of magazines.
That's awesome. Wow.
Not long ago.
Jason Adams is one of my all-time favorite skaters and has some of like the most memorable photos and clips, and yeah, I don't know. That's sick.
Serendipitous,
Yeah,
yes.
that's sick that it came from him.
Awesome.
I was then and remain a huge Jason Adams fan. So.
Yeah. Well, cool. What's this other one we have here?
Well, speaking of tricks you didn't think would end up on the cover, I guess I'm like, the next one's gonna have to be just rolling, because this was a switch slappy on a curb in Burbank. That's for Closer, shot by Matt Price. If I could take myself out of the scenario, I'd say that's a phenomenal photo.
Yeah.
But Price always delivers. So
yeah, gets in close.
Yeah. Yeah, real close. And yeah, skating the curb with my brand new board.
Having a good time?
Having a blast.
Yeah.
I remember I was coming from here, just on my way home, going back, and then took a quick detour in Burbank and skated this curb with Matt, and we just he just had me switch crook the curb 100 times, and we just kept
And
going.
Was issue 1 already out? Had you seen issue 1 to kind of know what Closer is, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we weren't shooting for this.
Right. It just.
Specifically, we were. I can't remember. I think we were trying to get the trucks or something.
Yeah.
And but I think that we were. It was probably right around the time we got issue 1 here, and we were like looking at Mike Gelati's stuff and just like tripping out on the mag. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good time to say that this whole mag is like fucking great. I'm just loving this exciting new mag, as I'm sure everyone else is.
Yeah.
It's like got quality photos, great articles,
content, yeah.
super great content, and yeah, I'm a skate nerd, so it's exciting to have another. I love magazines.
Word. Now, if we talk about classic covers, anything come to mind that's burned into your brain that influenced you as a younger skater?
Well, I should have prepared for this, but absolutely. The first cover that I remember was this Thrasher that had Mike Carroll on the cover. I think it was a gap to tail slide or gap to switch tail slide. I haven't really seen it since, but it was a Thrasher.
94?
Probably around then, yeah.
Yeah, so I
94.
think that's his Skater of the Year cover.
Yeah, that sounds right. And it was like a buddy
Black
of mine, you know.
Black and orange, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Skater of the. Was it a gap to switch tail?
I don't know the trick, but
Yeah, that
Yeah,
motion.
yeah.
Of it.
first mag, all right.
Yeah, that was like the first. That was the first Thrasher I ever saw for sure. It was like my buddy Chad's at his house. He got it from some older kid, and we weren't even like we weren't real skaters yet, and I was just like going through it, and then I had a bunch of Trans Worlds and like Thrashers, and I don't know. It's tough to say. Favorite, like there's just like the iconic ones, like the ones that stick out, you know. There's like Antwan with all the tattoos, that portrait cover. I'm sure that's like a lot of people
That
remember
has
that
been
one a
mentioned
lot.
before, yeah.
A lot of skateboarder covers, like there was when it first started, it was really big, right?
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
the loop cover. Wasn't there like a Tony Hawk loop thing, or was that inside the magazine?
It must have been inside, because those first 2 issues was Bam dropping in on that weird sculpture,
Yes,
and then Rick Howard, the big rainbow rail in the desert.
yep, yeah. I think the Bam sculpture one. That one was the one.
Yes,
that I
Thomas
had.
Campbell's photo.
Yeah, that was an incredible photo.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm just like doing the classic blank.
that's cool.
Blanking because I'm gonna like kick myself later, because there's just like so. I was definitely the kid who had the room that was like plastered, and everything else in my life was like disorganized, but my skate wall was like perfectly cut out, perfect, like a lot of Atiba photos, like a lot of those like sepia tone, like classic Trans World photos, Jeremy Ray all in the triple set, all the words cut out, just photo, you know what I mean? I was like, had it like really down. I couldn't just remember that wall like perfectly at my parents' house. A lot of Jamie Thomas stuff, a lot of like, I remember like Ryan Bobier doing a hurricane down the Arco rail. It was just like an ad or something like that, but I was just really into that photo.
Hell yeah.
Just love my skate photos. I still do.
Kevin, I think that about covers it. Thanks for sitting down with us.
Yeah,
This is great.
my pleasure.